Venus, Montreal's been a happy hunting ground for you in the past. How does it feel to be back?
I feel like it's been too long. I really fought my utmost to be here. It took a lot of work, but I'm real happy to be here.
Great, we'll open up to questions. Courtney?
Venus, welcome. When you talk about the work that it took for you to get here, can you kind of elaborate on that and just,
Yeah.
how touch and go was it?
Like icing 5 times a day, therapy 3 times a day, praying, all sorts of interventions, stuff like that. Frankly, I'm tired of being injured. I'm injured all the time. And I was like, I couldn't believe it happened again. So I've never played here a lot in my career, and I just didn't want to miss it. So I gave my all to be here, So I'm gonna give my best out there on the court.
Venus, I guess a lot of people wonder, what motivates you to keep playing? Why do you want to keep playing? I think people, when Serena sort of said she was done, or not technically said she's done, but I guess she is done, that you would follow suit. What motivates you to keep playing? What motivates you to keep wanting to play at this level? You said having to go through all this ice and the effort to get here. Just describe that a little bit.
Yeah, I love what I do, and the past few years for me haven't been healthy years, so I need to end on that's my dog. I need to be in a place where I can play on my terms the way I'd like to play, and in my few matches that I got to play on grass, I was starting to acclimate to just being on tour. It's a very interesting experience. It's been the best of a few years not playing. So when I was playing in the grass courts, it was really just getting used to really just being in a competition again, which I thought I would never say in my life, because all I've ever done is compete. So I learned so much in a place in my life where I thought, I probably knew most of it. I learned so much on the court, and even in my last match, I chose to continue playing. And that was huge for me because I actually learned a lot from that match too, if you can imagine. I just want to get into a place now where I can just compete and be able to play my game, what my game really is.
Up the front.
When you get to this point in your career, what's tougher, the mental aspect or the physical aspect?
I would say just going to training, because there's so many other options in life. I could be doing a bunch of other things besides hours of training. And there's a lot of fun things to do, a lot of intriguing things to do. There's a lot of work things I could be doing. So continuing to make that choice to put in hour after hour is probably the toughest one, because I don't know how anyone else trains, but I train until failure. So when the day is over, it's because I couldn't go any further, and then the next day starts and you train it once again until failure, and that kind of intensity is a lot. But it's what it's required, and it's all I know, and so I still pursue other things, but to be great at anything, you have to give it a 1,000,000%.
It was also part of my question, but I'll ask it in a different way. Yesterday, I saw you where you were on the golf cart going to practice. You had the biggest smile on your face. Obviously, you love what you're doing. Mm-hmm. What's the single most rewarding thing of what you're doing?
Winning, yeah. Winning's so fun. But winning is not the moment. The winning is the culmination of the efforts that it takes to get to that moment. So when you succeed and you execute the things the way you want to, it is the ultimate satisfaction, because it is the ultimate effort that went into it. So the winning starts long beforehand. And also being good at something. Being good at something and being able to be good at that brings joy. So I was happy to be here, and I haven't been here a lot, and I was reminded how much everyone loves this tournament, and to see like all the support in the qualifying and the quality of the matches. I was just very excited to be a part of that.
Welcome, Venus. I know you've been a huge advocate for equal prize money, and Serena fought also, among other things, to have protected ranking after birth of her child. How important is it to you to carry the torch of Billie Jean King to make things better for women's tennis?
Yeah, women's tennis has given so much to me, and I've tried my best to give back. I think every player should feel like they have a responsibility to give back to the game as much as they give to it, or the game is given to them. So in a perfect world, every player would feel that way.
Here at the front. Yeah.
Leila told us earlier that you're an inspiration for her and that you sometimes give her advice. Do you embrace that veteran role?
Oh, Leila Fernandez?
Leila Fernandez, yeah.
Okay. I gave her advice. I don't remember.
What's that?
You know, we used to hit a lot around like pandemic and a couple of years after that, and we haven't hit as much lately. I think mostly because I'm never on tour anymore, but she's on tour all the time. I'm at home watching on TV, but she probably asked me some questions. She has the greatest attitude on court. Unbelievable competitor. I think she's so good for the game. When you watch her play, you feel like you're a part of it. You feel like you're a part of something. She gives you that energy. You want to root for her. And every time I see her on the court, I'm always rooting for her because you feel something for that. So I do not recall the advice, but I'm glad it helped. I'd love to take credit for all her success. So thank you.
Do you try giving advice to young players as often as possible? Is it something that you like?
Yeah, actually, I do. Any player that would ask me, I'm always open to it. I love seeing people do well, and I love seeing people happy. Is the best thing in life to pursue your dream and be happy while you do it. If you're pursuing it and you're unhappy, then the dream hasn't come true. So I like to see the players be happy as well.
Are you?
Me? Oh, of course. Yes, thank you for asking.
Anything else?
Venus, on that note, just a lot of discussion in the last few years about mental health, about happiness, about the players opening up about how hard it is for them sometimes to kind of maintain that. What was the key for you to maintain the joy and enjoy what can be year after year after year, a bit of a grind? On behalf of the players,
Right.
advise them.
Tennis is a game. It's a job. I don't take it personal. I want to be my best, and I'm not happy when I lose, and I'm, don't like some of the results that may happen, but it's a job. So if you can take the emotion out of it and realize this is my job, I think most people, when they go through stuff and they're unhappy, they don't quit their job. You got to keep the lights on. Tennis really is the same thing. You keep going to work. And I think I always understood that. I also believe in a higher power and, life after all of this. That also keeps things in perspective. And before mental health was like a thing, my parents always encouraged us to make sure that we were taking care of that through, first of all, knowing your values, and second, knowing who you are. And through those two, you're able to really stay close to what you really need. So I guess the young people got a lot to learn.
Is there a player right now that you haven't played that you would really like to play at some point, where you've seen and you just be like, you admire? You were talking about Layla earlier, but is there a player that you'd want to play competitively against who you think might be fun to play against?
Honestly, there's so many players I haven't played because I just haven't been around. So day in, day out, though, the focus is so inward. At the end of the day, if you don't put your ball in, nothing matters anyway. So no name, no face for me, just I need to show up. And that's really how I think about it.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.